Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga. Last time, we defeated the four cardinal beasts, 4 celestial beasts, 4 symbols. There are a few different things to call them. We beat all 4 of them, and we beat Metatron. And now it's time to go after Metatron's chaotic counterpart in the Labyrinth of Amala and Nocturne. And to get there, we have to go through Manipura again. Specifically, the Manipura waterways. And I've changed up my own, are people saying anything different now that we've... Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I will do that. I've changed up my skill sets because we're going to be going through a dungeon and fighting a lot. In fact, this should be one of the, aside from, like, you know, this will be the last new dungeon we go through, because Huanglong is in a, the Karma Temple, which we've already been through. And this is a very important dungeon. The first port of call is probably to reach that large Karma terminal as soon as possible. You can't even make any progress in these waterways until you have the yellow key, which you'll get in coordinate 136 in the final mirror puzzle. I believe I'm on the wrong track to, nothing through there, so let's head over here. The northern tunnels, though, have, I believe, Lilim doesn't show up anywhere else. It is actually really cool that some of these optional dungeons have completely exclusive enemies. But yeah, here's Lilim. Weak to ice, null, earth. Level 35, so not like the strongest thing out there, but also not the weakest either. However, Surf's going to be going on a bit of a Kokaitis spree here, though there are a lot of enemies in these tunnels that are weak to, that's why the Kokaitis spree, actually, but I'll get into that in a moment. There are a lot of enemies in these tunnels who are weak to Zeo, that's why I have, Cielo in the party for this. So, these things right here are Arahabakis. They often show up as reinforcements, but I vastly prefer that to Samael reinforcements, because... they're weak to ice. They also have Gate of Hell, Last Word, and Debilitate, and can fully heal themselves. However, look at this. Weak ice, null, all except Expel, Almighty, and Ice. Yeah, I love that description. So, Arahabakis are pretty terrifying, but if you have Kokaitis, they're not too bad. And Kokaitis can also freeze them. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get any freezes that time. Seems I have any ice bombs. I have some frost bombs, which are moderate damage rather than the light damage. Okay, there we go, we got a freeze. Once you get a freeze, you can kind of physically wail them to death, hopefully. Didn't actually kill any of them that time, huh? Except they decided to just launch themselves at me. Oh, right, yeah, they have a lot of press turns, so Gate of Hell's a thing that can happen, and Petrified. And Shattered, okay. Well, let's reintegrate the rocks that were once you with the Revival Orb. Okay, it is a little awkward having just the rocks just vanish when she appears, but yeah. Some people have liked the fact that people actually, like, are displayed getting shattered. But yeah, this is also why, oh boy. Interesting. Oh, that actually didn't instantly kill you. Huh. It's just a chance of it, I guess. Let's just, yeah. I have a lot of these stones. Yeah, Gate of Hell's not meant to have that high a chance of stone, but I guess you really wanted to turn people to stone today. I actually set, like, Argidyne for variety, but honestly I should probably set Bufudyne just so I have more reliable single-target ice damage. Yeah, these guys have a lot of health, and they love Gate of Hell. Well, the good news is that the last one alive here is Surf. Okay, there we go. I said before that these things weren't going to be that big a deal, but it seems like evidently they were. Evidently, I have a problem with underestimating the enemies in the optional waterways. Because the previous one was more brutal than I expected, too. Okay, good, you have Ice Boost and Amp. We need that. We really need that. I almost wonder if it's actually better to set Bufudyne over Kokaitis for the higher reliable damage, but Kokaitis has a better freeze rate. Though I wasn't getting a lot of freezes in that fight. Now here's the thing, everybody does need new mantras, but I don't really have a lot of money. Oh, I forgot to equip Null Element on you. I probably should do that. Guess you can just get closer to full healing. Aha, okay, let's get you working on Debilitate so I have 2 of them. Salvation, though. I guess Filler Earth on Gale. Filler Healing on Heat, I suppose. And obviously we save. Now let's move. So we've got a bit of a taste of these waterways already. And I have a map here, and these ones are pretty complicated. Okay, I want the northern exit here because that just dead ends and gets me an item. Succubus and Lilum. Weirdly, Succubus is lower level in this game. Usually Lilum is the lower level one. Even in SMT5 where Lilum is still fairly high level, it's still Succubus that is the stronger one, I think. However, there is a very good chance that we're going to have Arahabakis after we deal with you guys. And it seems to be the gimmick of nope, no Arahabakis, okay. Seems to be the gimmick of these waterways, though, is frequent, very dangerous ambushes. Well, not ambushes, reinforcements. I guess I conflate ambushes and reinforcements because of Fire Emblem. I'm playing an Iron Man of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon lately, and I just lost Boa to ambush spawning wyverns in the desert. Wyvern riders, because, you know, actual wyverns aren't a thing until the sequel, but yeah. You know, just for the sake of this, I might as well just max out Heat's mantra here. Oh, hi. Yeah, you're also a new enemy. Kushinada Hime, or just Kushinada. Weak to Elecan Death, Repel, Expel, Null Charm, because she's married to Susanoo, and so, you know, yep, she is immune to that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of, like, Zeo attack items, so we're gonna have to pass a little bit. They aren't that strong, though. And, well, Arabaki didn't show up that time. Well, one more fight. Dropping a cell, though, is nice. There is an enemy later in these waterways that will be dropping a pretty valuable cell. These waterways are actually the place people mostly use to grind in this game. And while we are in these waterways, I thought I'd talk a little bit about some extra details about the game that I wasn't able to talk to during the Karma Temple, because, the Karma Temple, well, I wanted to, you know, discuss that, you know, during the Karma Temple. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Maybe the ladder is required. I think I'm reading this map wrong. Yeah, I wonder if Succubi here is just a theme with, like, the boss of the area, because they're like brute base encounters. Anyway, I read the map that I was looking at wrong. You actually do need to climb this ladder. It's kind of interesting. This ladder, like, on paper, looks like it's just skipping the next area, but actually it's necessary because you dead end if you go any further down the main path. Oh, hi, Titania! You're the reason why people grind here. You're also the reason why I have Dormina. Because Titanias are weak to ailments, and that means that I can Dormina them and do that. So, horrible noise they make when they die aside, Titanias seem to be, like, the most efficient source of AP to battles in this game. Yeah, I immediately mastered Hades off of that. But Hades is a decently low-level mantra, but still. And I'm pretty sure that in... oh, there's a Pixie there. Hi, Pixie. Did not mean that for that to be a pun. Let me see what you summon, if you do the whole Queen Mab trick or not, or if you summon something worse. Or you could just Zeo me. Okay, well... Well, okay, I guess I'll just kill you. And you gave me nothing. But I have heard that there is an area of this dungeon where Titanias are the only, well, not only thing, but like the most common spawn. Yeah, it's probably in these areas. Ah, thankfully I have the resist skill for that, but again, I forgot to equip Null Element. I probably should do that. You know, since I'm specifically devouring enemies that are asleep, I probably should equip Ingest on Cielo and not Devil Feast, because the extra chance is going to be actually impacting things. Does cost a lot more HP, though. Here you go, Null's Fire, Elect Force, Earth Attack. So that I can take over Fire Resist because it's essentially the same thing but way better. I mean, you can't have a weakness to fire when you Null Fire and everything else. Oh, it's all three of those princesses. Like, they're kind of model swapped of each other, but not really. So I don't think I've scanned either Ame no Uzume or Kikurihime. Just called Uzume here because Nocturne. Weak to Elect and Mute, Drain Force, Null Expel. Oh, you're on level 35 though. And now Kikurihime. Drain Earth, Null, Fire, Expel, Charm, and Mute. Okay. But not immune to electricity, and one of your compatriots is weak to that. That didn't sound like you died, that sounded like you were just falling asleep. Ah, hello there. Yeah, this is more like it. This is generally how Arahabaki fights are supposed to go. Let's see if this does more than Titus. There you go. Oh, just barely off Fallen Hero. But yeah, I believe Arahabakis are the ones that drop Vital Noise, so this is another place to grind for stats in the post-game. And New Game Plus, make sure you only grind... I know I keep stressing this, but I have to continue to do this. Only grind for stats on New Game Plus, like noises. Because otherwise, it just doesn't matter for the, boss you really want to have stats grinded for. I guess Cielo can take a bit more vitality. Okay, so from here, we want to keep going forward. That'll dead end the fastest. There'll be another ladder that just leads to a couple of chests, and then we won't really be able to persist. So, yeah, we can't go any further through here over that bridge, so let's just climb up this ladder and grab these two things, one of which should be a Soma, to replace the ones I've been using lately. One Soma. Have I actually made the obligatory Soma Kugai Yurius Berimondo reference in this playthrough yet? Maybe not. Yeah, it's something that happens in Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Funny voice acting, which is kind of a Castlevania staple. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, no Arabakis that time. It's weird that I actually want Arabakis, but yeah, I guess I do. Oh, that's even better. Okay, Argilla's very close on Dark Leader, which means Mind Charge, and also Last Word. Well, these ones have very horrifying sounding death noises. I wonder who voiced the death cries of some of the demons. It would be a bit of a weird job to have, like, and it's funny how some of them sound like, again, like, some of them sound like actually, like, in pain and, like, dying, and others sound just bored, or like they're just falling asleep. Like, for every horrifying human-sounding scream, there is a seagull. But yeah, we've got two of these, rare chests to grab here. Behind a... I had a feeling one of them would be a trap. Because it just seemed too good to be true that they give us two rare chests in the same, behind the same wall for nothing. Oh, they're both traps. There was an item out of that, but I did not notice because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I mash out of the victory screens. But okay, yeah. So from here, we need to head straight up to reach. Yeah, first one of these. Through here should lead us to a chest. There we go. Yeah, more vital noises. More luck on Agilla, and let's get some vitality on Gale and Heat. And that's all the chests, but the way to progress is also through here. Yeah, it's actually through that little door we can just barely see on our map that I kind of very barely nudged my map exploration into, I suppose. Can't hit it this way, though, because that's a dead end, so, yeah. Forgive me for not filling out the map, but I have my own map. Yeah, it's through that door right in front of me.
I'm sorry. I'll make this quick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to take a little longer, I think, because I have to waste some time hunting things. That was still one turn, though, which is the quickest for, like, money. Wow, Argilla is not getting a lot of points into Dark Leader. I guess these Japanese princesses are not worth a lot of AP, but yeah, there is a small terminal here. More buffs on heat, I guess. There are a lot of players who encourage you to have null death on everybody before you take on this boss that's coming up, but I don't think that's entirely necessary. I think having like a void shield on death up every turn is fine. You can deal plenty of damage with just 2 other characters, especially if you have power charge or mind charge. But okay, we're now in this side of the tunnels, and so that right there, that ladder, that's going to lead us to progress. However, if we keep heading down here, we'll reach another ladder that will lead to just a chest. So while I'm heading down this path, I can talk about what I was going to before I got distracted by, ironically, ladders. In this chest right here is Charm Shot. That's, like, really yesterday's news. Oh, man, it's way better than what Cielo had equipped, but still. Actually, I didn't really make much of an effort to upgrade my bullets over the course of this playthrough. Feel like it's a little easier to do that in the second game. It's still not, like, hugely necessary, though. But anyway, sorry for getting distracted. So, original digital Devil Saga concepts for, like, the plot. Finally, there we go. Last Word, Negadola, Mind Charge, and Magic Repel. So the first thing was that Janana and Lupa were originally going to be party members. This is from the Quantum Devil Saga novel, by the way. Okay, hi there. So in the Quantum Devil Saga novel, I believe, and again, I haven't actually read the first Quantum Devil Saga yet, but I think Lupa was the original leader of the Embryon. I think there was then some kind of combat by champion later on, and then Surf and Heat were both vying for the position somehow. Again, I could be wrong about this. I haven't actually read the original Quantum Devil Saga novel yet. But the Janana thing is a lot more interesting to me, because it seems like she went through a similar plot to the game, where she goes berserk via her sort of demon form. But the Embryon discover that an infusion of Serra's blood, instead of just her song, can stop this process. And they are able to successfully get a Serra blood transfusion into Janana. And Janana is fine from that point on and joins the party, which honestly would have been kind of cool. Not kinda, it would have been really cool. There seems to be nothing down the other way, so we just had to head north. There is a pump maze coming up, but it's really not much of a pump maze. It's just a straight path from one end to the other. No real puzzle here, just keep heading forward. Oh hey, it's another small Karma terminal. Maybe I can get you started on death stuff. Because Death Resist is actually a vital skill for the New Game Plus Super Boss, and getting Mantra skills is fine for that on a first playthrough, because they all carry over to New Game Plus. The main thing that I actually was planning on talking about during the Karma Temple, but I evidently had a lot of things to talk about back then, which is good. I like having a lot of things to talk about, but was that in the Quantum Devil Saga novel, how the junkyard is destroyed is very different. Instead of Jenna Angel just erasing the whole thing herself, Harley, somehow, Harley, of all people, turns into a giant blob of black ooze and starts consuming the entire junkyard. He becomes so powerful that Lupa and Janana have to sacrifice themselves to hold him back. Also, yeah, Sati shows up here. I am a little disappointed that I haven't been able to get Cielo that close to Debilitate, but I could always, I suppose, demonstrate the Titania grinding method. So this section of the tunnels is quite a bit bigger than the first one. But thanks to this map, I should be able to get through here. Oh, hi, Titanias. I don't appreciate that greeting. Yeah, gonna take my own advice and let Cielo get most of the devours here. Okay, nice. Argilla is no longer as horribly behind as she used to be. I think that's because she missed out on the successful take of Genbu in this run. Ah, interesting. So while the upper path looks like it leads to the most, like, chests and winding paths, the lower path here technically, well, not technically, it actually, well, sort of technically, because it's leads you a while, and it doesn't, like, exactly dead end sooner, but it does lead to no progress whatsoever, so I want to take care of this first. Also, Hypervarti. Okay, you were the one weak to ice. Also, thank you, Yaksha Mantra. I'll be heading back through this path anyway, so I can probably hit the save point again and get a new mantra for Argilla. Yeah, Null Element is great for sapping press turns like that. Now, I will say there is an even better version that nulls everything except Almighty that's on a mantra called Monotheist, but I am not likely to get that in this run. Like, let's just say on camera. I'll have it for my Demi-Fiend save file, but I highly doubt that I'll be able to get it during the main run. Well, I mean, it's fitting that we're doing 666 damage, considering what we're going to be fighting soon. Meanwhile, Gale gets a filler mantra that I don't really care about. Yeah, look at Surf's other stats in comparison to his vitality and magic. He does not need anything else at all. And honestly, I think I'd rather pump agility at this point than pump strength, because strength is not going to do much with his agility this low. Yeah, this path is just an entirely straight line that doesn't connect to any other part of the dungeon, and all it does is lead to this rare chest. So, what's inside this one? Well, that one wasn't a trap. Fusion cell, nice. Yeah, we now have to backtrack all the way down this straight line to get back to where we were. Yeah, look at all those blue walls. Oh, actually, that's new. Senri. I forgot Senri was in this. Senri is, yeah, appeared in SMT5 Vengeance despite not being in the originals. That's kind of how I know it. Senri's also, I think, pretty good for the Shadow Yukiko fight in Persona 4. Again, another thing weak to Elec here, though. Repel, Force, Null, Expel, and Charm. And uses Zan skills just like in Vengeance. However, they aren't really all that strong here. They also have a funny death sound. Yeah, I just realized, oh wait, that one's frightened. I should probably cancel auto and Om Nom Nom her. You know, the trek back took less time than I thought it would. Actually, getting to the save point is going to take a while, so now I'm going to not really care about that. So from here, we don't head north, we instead cross this bridge. Because there's going to be a very roundabout path that we need to take to reach just one chest. Through here, and all the way around this little spiral room to reach this one chest. For a logic cell. Okay, now Heat has Marin Karen. I don't want him having that, considering what he did at that one point in the story. Okay, if that was a stomach ache, I would have been really mad. One more round of 3 Titanias should max that. Okay, so back in here, I believe we want this one first. Well, after we smash this wall, and by smash, I mean honeycomb it. But yeah, this lower door here should just take us down a very short path to get a chest. And already we can see another one. Yeah, a lot of rare chests in this area. A lot of these cells, but they aren't layer cells, so not worth the most money. Oh, speaking of which... Yeah, I didn't think that would quite do it, actually. Okay, so I think we should be able to break this one. The problem is we need to go all the way back to the top one to actually make progress. Though I do kind of like how they use these walls and layouts to make a slightly more creative dungeon layout to the other ways they've reused the place. Like, I know that it is a bit annoying that they reuse the Samsara tunnels, like 3 times. Once required and twice for optional dungeons. Oh, okay, here to get one of the chests we have to go through a door and back out again. I feel like it would have been a bit much to make totally unique designs for 2 optional dungeons, though. And now I have Debilitate on 2 people and Null Death on 2 people. That's actually perfect timing. Yeah, so we hit a wall, literally, if we just go here, but I think if we walk around here, we should be able to reach a chest. That is if I'm reading my map right. There we go. Unfortunately, today it is I who will be saying, "Heh." Well, that's the duality of death screams, isn't it? Ah! Ugh. MP noise will go on... you just got Debilitate. You deserve more MP. Okay, so now it's time to track down that one last chest, which I think should be through here. There it is. And it is yet another cell. And that should be everything in this area. So now I have to head all the way back up to the very top, and only the very top door will work. Well, the very top door of the ones that are facing to the left, if that makes sense. I'll explain once we get there. Oh no! Congratulations, Laxmies, you somehow found a new way to be annoying, critting me. By some miracle, they did not calm death. Yeah, that red wall you might have just got a glimpse of is our destination. So yeah, it's this one here. This is what I meant by the very top door facing to the left. And all of a sudden, you start throwing Karma Temple enemies at me, okay. Okay, now everybody in my party has a mantra mastered, which actually sucks, but there's not going to be another save point for a little while. Okay. Yeah, these pixies don't seem to like summoning as much. Spiraling around, and here we go, red wall. Oh, that is annoying because the Lakshmi nullifies or better ice, and the others are weak to it. Breaking through what may be the last red wall left in the game. Through here. And from here, we should be able to proceed onwards. We are very close to the boss. Haven't actually seen our Arabaki shot for a while. Again, like, you weirdly come to miss them. It seems like the Samaels are more common reinforcements. Oh, I hate this combination, though. And Argilla is finally back on track with most of the rest of us. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's more... Oh, that's a large Karma terminal. Hang on, does the... Oh, yeah, the map does say large Karma. It's just like... It's pretty small kanji, so it's easy for me to misread it. You know what, though? Let's actually get King on a few people. Yeah, that's 1.5 million. Definitely not enough right now. Heat with calm death. Any death he would give you is would be the opposite of calm. I'm sure. Now, why? Let's just have everybody go for null sleep. Well, let's let you start on some debuffs. This is a very weird setup that I have here, but bear with me. I want to try and double debilitate him, so I have debilitate on both Cielo and Gale. You might notice both their movesets are very similar. Okay, one of them should probably have Makakaja. But you can really only do damage with physical attacks and fire, also Almighty, obviously. So I haven't really bothered with anything else, but everybody who can have a Death Shield skill is going to have a Death Shield skill. So you two have Death Repel, Heat doesn't have any Death Shields, but he has Ragnarok and Power Charge, that's pretty much all he needs. Argilla has Last Word and Mind Charge, also Emergency Healing, and has Void Death. And Surf doesn't have any Death Shield skills, but he has Last Word and Mind Charge and Archedyne as well. So essentially, somebody's going to be needing to set up a Death Shield every turn, because this guy has his very infamous signature move in this fight. A strong power can be sensed from beyond the door. Open it. Okay, here we go. Time for my throat to die again.
So you ignorant shadows have arrived at last. Behold, I am Beelzebub. Now is the time to rise out of purgatory and conquer the present world with terror and corruption. Kneel before the wicked king. Offer yourselves to me.
Here we go. Beelzebub himself, a traditional super boss in most of the SMT games. He reflects Expel and Death, nulls Ice, Elect, Force, Earth, and Ailment. So basically only fire and physical attacks or Almighty really going to do anything. He has Zeo and Zan skills, Power Charge and Mind Scream. Dekundra and Dekage, though I seem to remember he only does them if you buff or debuff to maximum stacks. And Mahamo and Mamunon. The main threat here is Death Flies. Death Flies is 100% instant death if you are not immune to death. Severe Almighty damage if not. And in this game, I believe Severe is a tier up from Mega. So, yeah, that's scary. So I'm going to start by double debilitating. He doesn't really start Dekundering himself until later in the fight, usually, I think. And let's Power Charge Heat up. Yeah, I think he does actually focus down anybody who gets shocked by that, so that was actually kind of unlucky. But okay, you can get back up with the Revival Orb. And, will Heat actually attack, or will I? No, I'm actually going to try and debilitate him again. And Mazandine doesn't have an ailment attached to it, so it's generally kind of fine. Okay, so I think I'm going to deploy Surf in. And Surf will start Mind Charging. While Heat will go for my first damage with Ragnarok. That actually puts him to minimum defense, so he might, like, that might get him Dekundering later. Gonna go for that, so I have magic buff before I do my Archedyne, and Heat's gonna Power Charge again. The problem is, yeah, I do kind of need a decent healer to keep Heat fueled, and that's not always entirely possible here. But now that Surf's in the battle, Null Element is gonna be pretty much murdering this guy's press turns. I do have a whole lot of Somas, though, granted. I think Hero Ration is gonna heal more on Heat than Graven Image would. Okay, you're already power charged. Okay, how do I do this? Actually, probably should have had Heat in the order before Surf, because that way the defense debuff goes off before Surf gets to attack with his Mind Charge attack, but oh well. Okay, I think I'm actually just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Ragnarok. Yeah, limit reached, which is kind of bad. However, he isn't saying anything yet, which means he's not in his next phase. Okay, over 2,000 damage, nice, but that is basically entirely due to, well, it is entirely due to the defense debuffs. No, I think I will power charge myself again. Okay, right, he is saying something now.
Your flesh shall fuel my ascendance.
Mind Scream. Yeah, this is a physical attack with a chance of stun, I believe. Okay, got 2 dodges there. He is gonna start cancelling buffs and debuffs pretty soon. Let's look over the Sukukaja, and I don't believe you're Mind Charge right now, though weirdly I kind of want to actually use this turn to heal. I have a whole lot of Somas, no real reason not to go for them right now. Because you are Power Charge, let's hit you with a Ragnarok, limit reached, and now, yeah, there's Dekunda, so that's going to be bad. And Power Charge. Now, the only thing that he does Power Charge is Mind Scream. It's still kind of scary, but, I would normally attack Mirror right now, but I used all of them in the alternate take of the Seiryu fight, or Long fight. Also, at this point, it's generally a good idea to spam Death Repel every single turn. Because he can Death Flies, and if you don't have any kind of Death Immunity up when he uses Death Flies, yeah. Negadon is thankfully not Death Flies, that's less bad. However, yeah, he still takes a lot of damage from that, due to his terrible magic stat. Okay, get some damage in on you, and, I almost wonder if I should actually deploy in Argilla over Heat right now. Because I need to keep on healing, and just... Heat's kind of a little bit of a liability right now with the fact that he's definitely a liability right now, because, yep, he's dead. Oh, that's a big liability. Okay. Okay. Well, I did want to bring in Argilla. I was about to say Surf dying there would not be the worst thing in the world. However, he can't die to that because he nullifies everything. So, here's the thing. I guess I can actually show off Rakamdra now. So, everyone else's HP and MP fully recovers at the cost of Argilla going down. Okay, that was my design. If that was Death Flies, that would have been really bad. So, maybe I should be a little more careful here. And yeah, as long as you have the Revival Orb, there really isn't that much cost to using Rakamdra at all. Do I have any, like... No, I don't believe Death Shield is, like, an item, so... I'm actually worried right now. Because, yeah, having Null Death on your Rakamdra user is probably the best thing. Although I have Null Expel on Cielo, so that's fine. Okay, here we go. So, Debilitate you. Mind Charge you. Pass with you. And Death Repel just in case. Oh, when he uses Makakaja, it usually means he's gonna get Death Flies. There we go. So yeah, Death Repel made it so that, that we didn't, like, Argilla and Surf would have been instantly dead to that if it weren't for Death Repel. So, obviously, yeah, Death Repel is pretty good. Here's the thing, though, if I Revival Orb... I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm like, he's not gonna Death Flies twice in a row, right? Well, we'll see. Dekunda, okay. Well, Cielo's probably going to die here unless he gets a lucky dodge. Oh, nope, there goes Cielo. Okay. Mind Charge, and I'm gonna Rakamdra again. It's kind of nice that I'm able to use Rakamdra strats here, but you might see a lot more of this in the Super Boss fight. Okay, that was well timed, because Cielo blocks that entirely. Here's the thing, though. If I Revival Orb... I'm just a little nervous of Death Flies right now. Because if I Revival Orb, I only have one more press turn, and there's no way that I'll be able to get to my, I am Mind Charged, right? I am still Mind Charged, yeah. So let's Archidine you. Okay, he's on red, that's good. Yeah, I knew it, I made the right call there. If I had used the Revival Orb there, then Surf would have been dead, because I would not have been able to use, yeah, you get the idea. I would not have been able to use Death Repel in time. So, let's Revival Orb you back. And then... He's in red now, and I need Cielo alive at this point. So I should probably just go over to Argilla and heal. Not Rakamtra this time, that would actually be a bad misclick. Mazandine, that's fine, especially since Surf blocks that. He is getting a little scary when it comes to his magical damage output, though. So yeah, at this point, maybe I should actually forgo the Mind Charges and just spam him with Fire. Because yeah, I do not want to take any chances. I need this Death Repel up. That's fine. I guess I can Debilitate again. Argidine again. Okay, he's not down yet, but I actually do really need Death Repel up, just in case. It's like, I can't really afford to have... Okay, Tarukaja, right, what's gonna do with that? Normal attack, okay. Well, I won't question that. Nope, he's not done yet. But as long as I keep this loop going... Just gonna go for a Death Repel. I could pass to Surf and attack in hope that he would just die, but nope, he's... Okay, he's definitely Tarukaja-ing himself. Okay, you really want your attack up for some reason. Just gonna set up the Death Repel at the start of the turn because, you know, caution. No, he's not down yet. Potential surprise Argilla kill? Let's see. Gekunda. Dang it. I hate when he does that. Makakaja. Okay, your Makakaja... Maybe he's gonna Death Flies, so let's just do this. Not done yet, however... Your first last word, and it actually didn't do a lot of damage. Come on, that's weird. Again, I am insanely paranoid of Death Flies right now. I'm just spamming Death Repel. Not down. He's got to be getting close. Oh, okay, that's definitely Death Flies. Okay, Cielo went down there. That's not the worst thing in the world, because I can Rakamtra him back. Or Beelzebub could just explode. Okay, that sucks that Cielo misses the experience from that. Also sucks that he misses the AP from that, wow. Mahama, Secunda, Expel Resist, Argilla gets Megado, Cocytus, and Null Sleep, and Gale gets Megado, Cocytus, and Null Sleep. Just 2 more levels before I'm capped on 2 stats with Surf. Makakaja, oh boy. Oh, there it is, okay, everybody except Cielo is dead. So yeah, that's probably why I should have set up the death thing. However, hang on, I'm pretty sure that I put Rakamtra on Argilla, so I misclicked. I was supposed to press deploy. Damn it. So, yeah, like, honestly, I think Beelzebub's a pretty fun fight. You just, like, you need to go into it with some kind of death shielding skill. Otherwise, you will just get obliterated by Death Flies. It is a lot easier. If you have null death on everyone, Death Flies cannot possibly kill you, but, like, it's still... I honestly, I just think, where's the fun in that? But we do actually need to traverse slightly more of the dungeon in order to actually reach what we need. Of course, we get a preemptive strike from you guys after Beelzebub. You know, I probably should just run back to the save point and save. I am being dumb if I think otherwise. Oh, no! Oh, that's really bad. Cielo didn't have Void Nerve for... Please run. Thank you. Okay, I'm putting Null Nerve on Cielo right now. And one more level until I cap 2 stats on Surf. But okay, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I need to take off my very specific Beelzebub skill setup because it's terrible against normal enemies. Okay, I believe this door down here leads to a chest. Yes, it does. So we're not totally out of this dungeon yet. This should just be another cell. Because you might have also noticed that we didn't actually get anything special for beating Beelzebub. That comes in a moment. Almost out. Just down this pathway. So here we go. We have a ladder heading out. So where might this ladder lead? Well, you might remember all the way back very early in this playthrough, I said, where we have a whole bunch of rare chests that we're not going to have access to for quite some time. Don't worry about those. That's essentially a post-game thing. Well, yeah, we're finally about to find out what's on the other side. We can also finally unlock this door from the other side. And break through the last wall we destroyed. Might be a yellow wall, not a red one. It's weird they put a yellow wall here, because you need to break a red wall to even get here anyway, but oh well. I will not really question the logic of, I guess it was Angel who put all these walls here? We can now finally get these 3 chests that have been taunting us since, like, in our own base. So this first one is Magatama. What the heck is that? Isn't that like a type of enemy or a, like a jewel from that lets you see the truth in Ace Attorney? Well, no, actually, it's a bullet. The strongest bullet in the game. I like Surf's gun the best, so I'll give it to him. In this one we get Murder Rock. This is a better version of Al-Azif. It's an infinite use item that casts Mahmuda on. And finally, Tyrant Skull. That is what we need to unlock Beelzebub's mantra. Yeah, that is one mystery that never got answered, of many. Did the cat die in the destruction of the junkyard? We'll find out. But for now, what do we get out of the mantra that was technically in our base the whole time, we just couldn't access it? High Priest mantra has been added. Embrace this new mantra. Don't really know why Beelzebub gives you High Priest, but okay. High Priest, Beelzebub skills. Death Flies and Repel Elements. Actually, both of these are pretty insane. Repel Element is like the equivalent of Null Element, except it reflects everything, so it completely kills the enemy's press turns and bounces their attacks back at them. Almighty Expel, Death, and Physical skills will still get through, though. And Death Flies is pretty fun, though it does take a while to actually learn this. Basically, this is a win button for any encounter that is not immune to death, which is a surprisingly large number, but I think even Resist Death won't stop it. It's a 100% chance if they're not immune. I remember having a lot of fun in Nocturne with God's Bow from White Rider. I've never really done this in Digital Devil Saga, because by the time you unlock this, you're usually near the end of the post-game content anyway. But, yeah, go nuts. This sounds very fun. However, it does cost 1.2 million. Defeating Beelzebub and transferring your file to the sequel also gives you access to an accessory that nullifies death attacks. And so, there is only one more boss to fight before we go to a New Game Plus. And that will be Huang Long, otherwise known as Koryu. He waits for us near the top of the Karma Temple, so I'll see you all next time for that.